wealth of your mercy, even in a dream. My mind always desires that I will be marked amongst your girlfriends. Such a beautiful prayer. The example of Sachi always remembers us that even our spiritual progress also depends on a healthy body. If the body is not healthy, then the mind is not free. To concentrate, to meditate for the bhajan.
Right.
Yeah. So we should, I think also Uddhavji make this experience. He also had this accident, right? If you are in this case of some bodily problem, then it's not easy to do the bhajan, isn't it?
Right. Any disturbance, anukul hoibe vidhi, the favorable circumstances come in my life and I know use it.
Yeah. So this is, we should be always thankful for the working in the body, for the good working body. And mind. Both are necessary for the development of spiritual life also.
Right.
Very helpful. Today we read the verse 12 of the Vilapa Kusumanjali of our Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Amritabdi rasa prayais tava nupura sinjitai ha kada mama kalyani badiryam apenashyate. Amrita means nectar. Abdihi is the ocean. Rasa is spiritual flavor. Prayai great. Tava your. Nupura ankle bells. Sinjitai is by the jingling. Ha, oh, kada, when. Mama, my. Kalyani, beautiful or auspicious girl. Badiryam, diffness. Apaneshyate, will remove. Translation, O Kalyani, auspicious or beautiful girl, when will the jingling of your ankle bells, that is like an ocean of nectarian rasa, cure my deafness? Explanations. In the previous verse, it was experienced how the beloved deity is rarely attained, and how the desire to attain her, even in a dream, had arisen. In this verse, Sri Raghunatha prays, O Kalyani, When will the jingling of your ankle bells, that is like an ocean of nectar, remove my deafness? Here the sound of Sri Radhika's ankle bells are compared to an ocean of rasa and nectar. This rasa is tasted within the spiritual self. Anuragi Shripad Bilva Mangal Thakur Leela Sukha was fascinated by the jingling of Sri Govinda's ankle bells in his Krishna Kanamrita and said, "May the sweet jingling of the jeweled ankle bells of the Gopi lover, that sounds like the cooing of the swans in a lotus forest of the Yamuna river, be manifest in my mind." Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj writes in his commentary on this verse that the jingling of Krishna's ankle bells is so relishable because he is following Srimati Radhika at that time. Then how can we describe the sweetness of the jingling of Sri Radhika's ankle bells when she is followed by Govinda? What then to speak of the sweetness of the jingling of Sri Radhika's ankle bells? So if the jingling of the ankle bells of Krishna is so attractive, then what to speak of the jingling of Sri Radhika's ankle bells, because Govinda is following her. And we only listen to her jingling. When can I see Sri Radha with her charming form, shyly looking down at her own toes, when she sees the moon-like face of Krishna, the king of relishers, from afar, as she steps along with jingling ankle bells? This is from the Radha Sudhanidhi. The endless streams of Mahabhav that gush from Radhika's limbs when she experiences the ecstasy of seeing Krishna sprinkle her ankle bells and makes their jingling sound like an ocean of nectar. So beautiful described that Radhika's bhav makes the sound like an ocean of nectar. Her bhav is Mahabhav, so all kinds of the topmost feelings are in that jingling.
And the feelings are caused by her desire for Krishna. So when she feels emotion for him, when she feels Mahabhav for him, then this sprinkles down onto the bells and they become even more sweet for us.
Right, Uddhava. It is also in this book described that she is Mahabhav, how you say, and the maidservant have Mahabhav. In this way, they get this Mahabhav from her also. Sri Raghunath Das says, please let me relish just one drop of the sweet nectar of this jingling. His heart is filled with this strong desire, and this desire always increases, causing him to lament like this. Words cannot really describe these lamentations. Through these prayers, the absorption of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami can be experienced. Not everyone can be addressed so lovingly with Kalyani, all auspicious Swamini. The sweetness of this address does not indicate the heart's perception of anything from this material world. These transcendental leelas bloom up within the heart in such a way that nothing from the visible world can be perceived within the heart anymore. This is what Prabhupada explained so many times, the higher taste. If we get it one more time, there is no more space in our heart for this material enjoyment. These transcendental leelas bloom up within the heart in such a way that nothing from the visible world can be perceived within the heart anymore. Material consciousness muddens the heart of the practicing devotee. This experience cannot be had through mere dry knowledge, but only through pure love. Characterized by an intense feeling of possessiveness. Well, here it's clear that I can describe many things by knowledge, but experience is a different thing. There is knowledge is one thing, but experience within the heart is a different. What is meaning, Uddhavji, of possessiveness?
The pure love causes the heart to possess, to want to possess the beloved, to be one with the beloved, to be in harmony with the beloved.
Aha.
But in a selfless way, in an egoless way, in a non-material way.
A feeling of possessiveness. It's like oneness or what?
Well, I think of possess, to have. So this feeling of wanting to have.
Yeah.
But very important that it's not for self-interest. It's not for ego interest. It's for...
Not in material ownership like this.
Right, yeah, exactly.
that which is night to all beings in that state of transcendental bliss, the self-controlled saint keeps awake. That which is night to all beings, in that stage, the self-controlled saint keeps awake. And that means temporary material happiness, in which all beings keep awake, is night to the seer. This is a famous quote from Bhagavad Gita. This is actually the difference between material consciousness and spiritual consciousness. Everyone in the material world, in the consciousness of the body, feels that he is or she is awakened when the morning comes and like this, and they can do this and that. But this is actually night for the seer. Because he, the seer, is in a spiritual consciousness with a spiritual body. And this is not seen by the material consciousness. So they think it's night. They cannot realize that what the seer sees, that means seer. He can see things that others not see because he has senses, spiritual senses, so he can see. And so the materialists think it's night. They don't believe in that, what the seer sees. And we can see our Raghunath. We can actually, with the material eyes, not see what he sees. And we can also not see what the gurus see. But by their mercy, they make it relishable. So this is a real mercy. So we can also, by reading this, by experiences in the heart, we will also awaken and relish this beauty. They relish. And in that moment, we will start to see. I will read again because this is a very beautiful and deep meaning in the Bhagavad Gita verse. That which is night to all beings in the stage of transcendental bliss, the self-controlled saint keeps awake. And that temporary material happiness in which all beings keep awake is night to the seer. Who else but a person who has awakened his internal identity can address Radharani like this and calling her Kalyani? The great sage Shukadev was astonished by the feelings of mindness felt towards Krishna by his loving devotees in Braj. And he told Maharaja Parikshit, we know this is the Bhagavatam is actually spoken by Shukadev to Maharaj Parikshit. The Lord, who is called Adokshaya, he who is not perceivable through the material senses, has no inside, no outside, no before and no after. He is pervading the world from west to east, inside and outside. And his form is the world itself. But now he allowed himself to be bound to a grinding mortar by his gopi mother, just like an ordinary mortal human child. It's in Srimad Bhagavatam described. Here, the all-pervading Lord loses his omnipotence at the hands of his loving devotee, Mother Yashoda. What is impossible in the world of Tattva, this is the spiritual truth, becomes possible in the world of Leela. Gurudev, huh? Amazing. What is impossible in the world of Tattva becomes possible in the world of Leela.
Yeah.
This is, wow. Even Brahma could not understand this. He was...
No sound, Gauda.
Oh, no sound? No sound?
Yeah. No, there is sound.
There is sound?
Yeah.
Still no sound.
Uddhava, they have sound. Everyone has sound. Only you. Maybe you are in the world of Tattva. You have to come to the world of Leela.
Okay.
Now sound is coming. No, sorry. But Brahma, he was watching when Krishna was herding the cows, right? And he could not imagine that this boy is really the Lord himself. We know this story when he took the cowherd boys and the cows away from the place when Krishna was not there. And how Krishna makes a Leela with him. So when he came back from that, so he put the cows and the boys sleeping and in a cave somewhere. And he came back, but there was the same cows and the same boys, cowherd boys, was there. As if there was nothing happened. And in Vrindavan, so he don't know what happened. So he was not disturbed, but confused. He was extremely confused. So what? He don't know about the situation. So he went back to that place on, I think it was in Brahmaloka, right, Gurudev? To see what that boys and cows make in the cave. So he don't know what happened. But Krishna was actually before him entered Brahmaloka in the form of Brahma. And he told the gatekeepers, be careful, in the few moments, another Brahma will come and he will enter Brahmaloka, but he is a cheater. Don't let him in. So Brahma came back from the situation in Vrindavan, but he could not enter his own abode because the gatekeepers was stopping him. And so the Leela took place there, and he was completely confused. And so he came back and surrendered to Krishna because he was homeless in that moment. And he was somehow disturbing the Leela. So we can see that even Brahma is disturbed by that Krishna. And by Tattva, we cannot understand this Leela. Leela we can only enter by feelings. I read again. The Lord, who is called Adokshaya, he who is not perceivable through the material senses, has no inside, no outside, no before and no after. He is pervading the world from west to east, inside and outside, and his form is the world itself. But now he allowed himself to be bound to a grinding mortar by his gopi mother, just like an ordinary mortal human child. Here, the all-pervading Lord loses his omnipotence at the hands of his loving devotee. What is impossible in the world of Tattva, spiritual truths, becomes possible in the world of Leela. All through, Krishna is the Supreme Lord, who cannot be perceived even by great mystics. He still allows his cowherd boyfriend Sridham to mount his shoulders after he lost a game. Great mystics, so mystic power is not allowed to enter the Leela. Even Brahma, who is the greatest of these powerful mystics, cannot enter the Leela. He will disturb the Leela, so they cannot enter, because they has not this feeling. The Supreme Lord, whose lotus feet cannot even be perceived by the great mystics, by the greatest mystics, now holds his lotus feet on the chest of his cowherd boyfriends. There is no comparison to the amorous relationship a devotee can have with the Lord. His beloved is sitting in the kunja. being angry with him. And the Lord stands at the Kunja gate with tear-filled eyes, like a beggar, like an offender. Manamai, our proud Radhika, then angrily rebukes him and saying, Yahi Madhava, Yahi Keshava, Ma Vada Kaitava Vadam, Tam Anusara Sarashiruha Lokana, Ya Tava Harati Vinadam. This is from the Gita Govinda. Go Madhava, go Keshava, don't speak your false words to me. Just follow that girl who removes your sorrow. O lotus-eyed one. Prema really becomes manifest when there develops a feeling of he or she is mine. Prema really becomes manifest when there develops a feeling of he or she is mine. And this feeling we can find in Radhika, to the Lord. He is my Krishna. Lord Brahma prayed to Krishna, and he said, everyone may say that he knows you in full. Let them I cannot perceive your greatness with my mind, body, or words. This Brahma is the greatest in the material world. He is the creator himself, the material world creator. But in Braj, a tailor will come up to Krishna with a yardstick to see what his size is. Amazing. That is the wonderful power of the love of Raj. He who has no in or out, and who is the Almighty. In Braj, a tailor will come up to Krishna with a yardstick to see what his size is. That is the wonderful power of love of Raj. The address Kalyani is illuminated by the sweet luster of Radha and Krishna's mutual relish of each other. Kalyani. The Acharyas have thought, we must see Shyam Sundara from Radharani's perspective, and Radharani from Shyam Sundara's perspective. She bestows welfare to Shyam Sundara. Shri Krishna bestows welfare on the world, and Swamini embodies his welfare. In Pura Rag, Purva Rag, the embodiment of bliss is hankering for Shri Radha. The Mahajans have written, Radhe, when Subal gives Krishna a golden garland of champaka flowers, his mind trembles and tears of passionate love flows from his eyes. Oh, beautiful girl, your form always awakens great love in his heart. And one more verse. Vrishabhanu Nandini, Japaye Rati Dini, Brahmana na bolaye an, Lakho lakho dani, bolaye madura vani, Swapane na pataye khan. Day and night, he murmurs, Vrindabhanu Nandini. No, this is wrong. Not Vrindavan, this is wrong. This is Vrishabhanu Nandini. It's wrong here, explained. Vrishabhanu Nandini. Without saying anything else out of confusion. All through hundreds of thousands of girls speak sweet words to him. He does not listen to them even in dreams. He can only pronounce the first syllable of your name, Ra, Ra. But out of ecstasy, he cannot pronounce the other one, the Ha. His eyes carry streams of tears. That jewel of man rolls on the ground. Who can describe his distress? Govinda das tuya, charane nivedalo, kanuka e tohum samvada, nichaya janaho, taku dukha kandaka, kevala tuya parasada. Govinda Das submits this news about Kranu, or Krishna, to your lotus feet. Now that he feels miserable, and that only your grace, Kalyana, can destroy his suffering. Sri Krishna bestows auspiciousness on the world, but Srimati Radhika bestows auspiciousness even on him. Sri Govinda considers himself blessed when he attains Radhika's company. He feels that this world is empty without her. And she feels the same towards him. Vrishabhanu's daughter thinks, I fell in love with he who can never be possible attained. And out of love, I cannot even die of shame. There is no end to the chastisement of my superiors. I am completely controlled by others. What a contrary condition. Why don't I die? The parrots can see Krishna, but there is no way for me to see him. And Shyam Sundara also cries for Radhika all night, missing her. All through he is Anandagana Vigraha, the very form of intense transcendental bliss. And when he opens his eyes, he sees his mother giving him a cloth that is yellow like haldi. In this way he remembers her again by this yellow cloth. Who in this world knows how to laugh like her? Still, Shyam did not manage to experience her love fully. So he accepted her mood and complexion and showed an anurag similar to Radhika's, as Sri Gauranga. Good, if this is also beautiful. Who in this world knows how to laugh like her? Still, Shyam did not manage to experience her love fully. So he accepted her mood and complexion and showed an anurag similar to Radhika's. This anurag has two sides. Both of the lovers has this rag. But Radhika's rag is even more than that of Mohan, and he cannot understand this. Her mood is so intense. Madana Mahabhav and Madanakya Mahabhav describe this intense feeling of hers in meeting and in separation and at the same time. The same intense feeling, so he cannot relish this. Even his love is intense, but her love is even more intense. So he accepts the mood and complexion and showed an anurag similar to Radhika's as Sri Gauranga. During the final 12 years of his manifest appearance, Sri Gauranga was burning in the fire of that love in separation. What a condition for the embodiment of transcendental bliss. Each pore of his hair was on fire. That is the agony of Krishna's Kalyana Karini, Sri Radhika, who acts for Krishna's welfare. With his own hand, Krishna completed a verse of Gita Govinda with the words Dehi Padapalavam Udaram. Radhe, give me your generous lotus feet. It is as if Krishna said to the poet Jayadev who wrote this, "O Jayadev, why are you hesitating to write this down? My whole life is fulfilled when I attain these lotus feet." Who else knows how to love but she? The whole world tells me, give, give. Only she says, Take. Wow, so beautiful, huh? It's so beautiful. She worships Krishna in a form that fulfills his desires. And thus the Puranas call her Radhika. It's in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. She is the queen of the Kunja cottage, who makes eager Shyam enjoy so much as if he is a beggar getting a meal in the royal palace. Sri Raghunath Das says, "You are making everything auspicious for Krishna. We are very happy to see that. When will your ankle bells that jingle while you fulfill all of Shyam's desires remove my divineness, so that I will not desire to hear anything else anymore?" The jingling of these ankle bells takes place when the Shyam Ras is relished. But these ankle bells don't just jingle straight away. They jingle within this relish. The sound will awaken such devotional yearning that the ears do not want to hear anything else anymore. That is the poetic secondary meaning of the word Badirya or divineness. Then Sri Raghunath Das sees a sweet lila through his spiritual eyes. Radha and Mohan dance the rasa. Krishna stands still, and Radhika's ankle bells give the rhythm to the sweet tune of his flute, which is the emperor of sounds and increases that sweetness. Meanwhile, Shyam relishes the sweet jingling of Radhika's ankle bells as well as the sweetness of his own flute playing, which is like an ocean of sweetness. That sound, that tune is the great opulence of the kingdom of God. Shabda pramamayam venum vadayantam mukambuje. It's from the Brahma Sanghita. His lotus-like mouth makes the flute play the sounds of Brahman. His lotus-like mouth makes the flute play the sounds of Brahman. This sweetness makes everything sweet and reverses the natural behavior of all living beings. It stuns the moving creatures and it causes the trees to get goose pimples of ecstasy. It stuns the moving creatures, and it causes the trees to get goose pimples of ecstasy. In this way, the jingling of Radhika's ankle bells causes the ocean of sweetness of Krishna's flute song to increase. Srila Rupa Goswami wrote in the Utkalika Vallari, O all-pervading Lord, when will my ears attain the regal opulence of the best of sound vibrations, when I hear your flute song, which is mixed with the jingling of Urjeshwari's ankle bells, Radhikas, that defeats the sweetness of the warbling of Lord Brahma's swan, and that delights my dull ears. Shyam is the relisher of the jingling of Shrimati's ankle bells, and the relish of the sweetness of this nectar ocean arises into Lasi's heart through Shyama's relish. Then suddenly one ankle bells fall off Swamini's lotus feet and stops jingling. It is as if something is missing then. Tulasi stretches out her hand to put the ankle bells back on. And then suddenly the spiritual vision disappears, leaving Sri Raghunath Das to lament. When will the jingling sound of your ankle bells remove my deafness? So these are the waves of meeting, serving, and separation. Sri Rasika Chandra Das sings, Alas, Srimati Radhike, O embodiment of auspiciousness, my ears are incomparable deaf, and the sound of your ankle bells is like an ocean of nectar. When will this sound enters into my ears and increases the bliss that I desire there, thus destroying the disease of deafness at the root? Thus ends the commentary of verse 12 of our Vilapa Kusumanjali. So, Gurudev, when we will hear the sound of the jingling of the ankle bells?
When she will mark us, and I will get our sarup and I start living in her service. Shri Radhe. Then I will see one bell is come out from the ankle bell. So its sound is not coming good. So we will go and fix it there. this we are listening many things but not anchor bells because we are deaf. We are not listening. Material thing listening, divine not listening. We need our jiva visar. We need to move ourselves. Jiva visar. Soul has to move for a spiritual thing. This desire has to come in our life. Bless when it will come to me, that only I want to listen that well. Swami's and Krishna's truth. Wow, so good.
What means marked maidservant, Gurudev?
Mark means accepted, na? You accept that is she marked. In that love she push or she that we are marked. Sometimes she is very happy, Radharani, then she put from the feet, push back. That way it her red alta come in our body mark. That is the mercy. When this mercy will come to me, that she will accept me. Because we have so much conditioned practice. Before that, we try, but we again go back in our bodily consciousness. But if she mark us, then this desire will be finished.
Yeah.
Then my material desire will be more, not disturbing. Raghunath Das Goswami also in seva and doing seva on and on. And again he start, vision vanished. This vision vanished was this spurti stopped. Why stop? Something happened, disturbance from the material body. So we come out from that.
Today we read this, Gurudev, what you explained. Not everyone can be addressed so lovingly with Kalyani, all auspicious Swamini. The sweetness of this address does not indicate the heart's perception of anything from this material world. These transcendental Leela bloom up within the heart in such a way that nothing from the visible world can be perceived within the heart anymore.
Wow.
It's beautiful, no?
Mm-hmm.
So that means, Gurudev, when we once experience that, what you described, then it's finished with the matter.
Not tasteful. That realization's not coming, so taste is still there in material.
Yeah. That makes the difference.
And she and he, there was she and he. That she and he, any one of them, if you develop relation, things will work. But one will work if you relate with Krishna, he, then it will work like a gopi or sakhi. And if you relate with Radhika, you will become Manjari, more dear, more good. But she and he both work. So relation will not develop there, that is our problem. We keep material relation and that catch my material existence binding them.
Yeah.
That our jail is our condition.
This description is in the Bhagavad Gita from that what is night for the what is it? That which is night to all beings in that state of transcendental bliss, the self-controlled saint keeps awake.
Yeah.
And that temporary, yes, Gurudev?
This is the bliss that we realize the moment when we understand and we stick there. That this is the bliss, other thing is a false.
Yeah. The self-controlled saint keeps awake.
Yeah. Awake and we are sleeping. We always self-controlled sense keep awake. He's open, not sleeping in the material activities. He awake. He knows who is he. He is a jiva. He awake. And we are sleeping. So we are living in funny activities.
So the jingling of Radhika's ankle bells, this is transcendental bliss when we listen that.
Only if we're awake.
Yes, only then we can listen, no? And that temporary material happiness in which all beings keep awake is night to the seer.
Night to the seer. Night is for the material enjoyment, but real night is for the seer who sees this pastime, who use his night for this seeing. Use his night in seeing this past. Straight below. Hmm.
Yes, our Raghunath Das, he is the best example of this.
Yeah.
In his last stage, he was sitting there, but did not recognize the body. He don't know anything. He not drink, he not eat, sitting there in the sun, and he has no relishing because that was the night. His bodily consciousness is night to him. This consciousness was sleeping, and he was awakened in transcendental bliss. So this is an example of one who is awakened.
Yeah. It's a very high stage.
Highest stage, yeah.
But we can slowly try to be there.
Mm.
We can, to maintain this material body also is important to realize this pastime.
Yeah, 100%.
So this eating, sleeping, what we do, the daily activities, only to maintain. And in that maintenance time, also mind has to be there. Why mind will be there when I am fixed in my sarup? Sarup has to be always remember what is my color, what is my clothes color, what is my dress color, what is my age, what is my feeling, what
My
seva,
seva.
what is my kunja. Like this, we have to meditate these things one by one. Or
My name.
eight thing you cannot meditate, one thing will come, your name. Sometime color, body color will come. Sometime clothes color will come. To fix my spiritual identification, sarupa, the constitutional position has to awake. That is Guru Kripa. Without this realization, without the realization of Istadev, there is no Guru Kripa we can understand. And without greed, it cannot come. We have to be desire for that. It's natural. What I see, desires happen there. But the divine persons, they can see the divine thing also. These pastime and this way, when they realize souls show us, slowly, slowly we start believing that. And when faith is 100% sure and Sarup is there, then we start living more there. This happens.
And feelings, Gurudev, feelings coming.
Yeah.
Can we say, Gurudev, that we become more and more marked?
Yes. We can feel the mark and living in that feeling of that I am marked. I have a responsibility. I have to understand why I am marked. She accepts, and I am not honest in the service.
She always accepts me more than I accept her.
I know accept because I don't stay in myself. Without staying in self and remembering always myself, how she will accept me? Body not accept. If I say that I am a body and accept me because I am doctor, I am a rich man, I am a this and that, there is no place for that. If you are in Sarup, you are accepted.
Even if I'm identified, I'm devotee, also is not enough. I'm Manjari.
I am a Dasi in this world. I remember my form. Then she accept, na? She give you forms, you don't practice that. You don't live in that. Then how you will feel that this mark is there? This is the mark that they give you this sarup. This is not a mark. But I clean the mark. I don't want to. I want to keep my material body.
But when I feel her love, Gurudev, then I recognize her mark. When I feel that she has some feeling to me,
Right. That I
to her,
have.
that her smallest maidservant,
Then we have to wait.
then
And when we will be approaching, this is my grace. Narayan Maharaj always said, Raga, Rupanuga is only moving with grace. You have to be greedy for that. And I see every place. My greed is important. Two-way, material or spiritual. What is my greed? This way or this
mm.
Practicing Swarupa means be always in this greed.
Living in self, practicing self, and not only I myself am myself. This is practice. I recognize that I am this. This is practice.
Why Gurudev said plastic body?
Yeah.
Plastic body is nothing. Plastic body is not existing in that case of a soul consciousness.
Right.
If I enter in that soul consciousness, I realize my own self by His mercy, and then I can get this feeling in myself, this loving feeling of Radhika towards me. Because as long as I'm in the matter, there is not possible.
No.
Why she should love a plastic body?
No.
Why she should give love to a plastic body. Makes no sense. But in that moment, I realize my real self. She can give her love.
When I will become her Manjari, then she will accept, na?
Yeah.
I don't want to become Manjari of her. So how she accepts? This is the problem. I am not ready to practice to be in Manjari Bhav. If I practice to be in Manjari Bhav, always I think like that, behave like that, then I have no desire for any material. But I am balancing. Sometimes this, ping pong. But if I desire and I want to be here, she will accept. I'm not sure that what will happen after that. If I practice this, then what will happen to me? What will happen to my creation? What will happen to my children? What will happen to my grandchildren? What will happen to my property? What never exists?
My country.
My country. What will happen to my parents?
We can see in Raghunath Das Goswami that all these he left behind.
Right. One day will happen, but which day will happen, if mercy will start flowing. This is not theory, my practical realization.